day that America as we know it has ended. And I think, I'm just going to say it in the way that I think it. It's hard to wrap your brain around the idea that America is over. I read the article, and it took exactly 9.5 minutes. I read the article and put it on a TikTok right before this because I don't ever want to lose this article, and I'll put it on the tube because, TikTok. But this one hurts. It is an unbelievably good article that talks about the electorate of the United States. If you take into consideration any of the reason why they let in Trump, whether they believed him, whether they didn't believe him, whether they weren't smart enough to believe him, that because they voted this narcissistic maniac into, or psychopath really, into the highest position, we have changed the way that the world sees America and the way that the world is going to deal with America. We have made it so the rest of the world knows that we are not worth having on their side. To quote somewhat from the article, the elected in Europe doesn't want to put their futures on the voters of Wisconsin every 4 years. And they're right. He talks about how the American dollar may not be the baseline anymore, and how even if Trump took everything back tomorrow, if he said, and we know he's not, if he said, I've made a mistake and everything just goes back to normal, kind of like all of us are wishing that we were Dorothy in Kansas and we could just click our shoes 3 times and that we could get it back. All of us are wishing that we were Dorothy in Kansas and we could just click our shoes 3 times and that we could get it back. All of us are wishing that we were Dorothy in Kansas and we could just click our shoes 3 times and that we could get it back. Today with the stock market and everything else, it torched us. We don't ever get to have the stability and the economic privilege that we had before this, basically. It is done. It is done. It is done.